What 3D printer would I suggest for a first printer? That's a really good question, Digital Dark Knight. What 3D printer would I suggest for a first printer? I don't have a lot of experience with it. This is my first and only 3D printer at this time. And by the way, Joe Tashi, thank you for the happy early birthday bits. Calling me the great gnome of lockers. I appreciate your sub here on Twitch as well. So I've seen a lot, I've heard a lot, I've experienced a lot. And what I can tell you definitively, after receiving this Prusa Mini Plus as a review unit back in February, and printing something every day since then, not great at doing the maintenance, as we discovered the other day when Krusty helped me through the maintenance that I needed to do because I was having certain issues with layers. That's kind of what I'm testing here with this Imperial cylinder that's printing. Star Wars, of course. It was a PTFE tube that seemed to have moved, I think, because there was no damage inside at all. But it was potentially shifted, and that may have been the thing that was causing the problem. So, I don't have experience with all of them. I don't. Everyone's going to have different experiences. And so I'm not as qualified to tell you this as someone who's had that experience. Someone like, let's say, the 3D printing nerd, right? Joel Telling. He would tell you. He would give you a better answer. If you like this, then that might be good for you. If you like this, this might be good for you. Let me just tell you, based upon everything that I know about what all the other companies and businesses and entities and everything are doing, compared to Prusa Mini Plus, this was absolutely the only printer I ever should have considered as my first 3D printer. Not just saying that because it was a review unit. I cannot wait for the next iteration of the Prusa Mini. Because what'll happen is I'll buy it, unless it's another review unit, and then I will either give this one away or pass it along, because it's gotta stretch. Thank you very much. It's so easy for me to use that I don't even think about it. I know the routine. Open the file, slice it, figure it out. Like, okay, do I need to add supports? I did for this one. You learn as you go. But the thing is, I'm not going to say it's dummy-proof. It isn't. I mean, you could still mess things up. But most, if not all of my problems, or okay, let's say most, have not been hardware-related. I've seen people have problems, several problems with other companies for the reasons that those other companies do things differently. They're not as simple and straightforward as a Prusa Mini Plus. And like the other day, I was going through first layer calibration, and Krusty mentioned to me, yeah, like not a lot of other printers have that. I'm like, are you kidding? Or like auto bed leveling. They don't have that. I'm like, are you kidding? Like these are things that like I would absolutely need. And you don't know you need it until you realize, oh, that's kind of important to have, because that all those things not being there could mess up prints or let you know whether or not you're on the right path with where everything needs to be set with the hardware. So I've been incredibly impressed. This is like a 6-month review of sorts. You've seen me use it. You watch Twitch. You've seen me use it. And I'm not a hardware guy. Like, I'm not the person that chases hardware. I'm like, it's hardware, yeah. But I don't care about the hardware so much. I should probably not snap it off like that, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care about the hardware so much as I care about what it does. The output of the hardware. Hope Coda 120's here, because I'm going to start to remove supports. Granted, I'll dive in a little deeper and remove the rest of the supports here in a bit after I'm done answering the question. I've also got my support bag. Some people have supports. This is my supports. You know, I don't care about the printer so much as I care about what it does. What it enables me to do. How empowered I am to be able to have at the end of a print something that I didn't have before. I think that's amazing. And so much of that is tied into the hardware. But it's what the hardware does. It's the decisions that hardware manufacturer or developer makes. So if you're looking for something that is as close to dummy proof as it gets with quality output that rivals the best, I don't think you could do much better, based upon my limited experience, based upon everything that I've heard from other people who use the other popular ones. I'm like, oh, wow, glad I didn't go that route, because yikes. Just because it's popular doesn't mean it's the best. That said, Prusa is very popular, and there's a reason people love their Prusa Mini Pluses. I will sit here and tell you, the Prusa Mini Plus is fantastic. It is a gateway to a larger world. Buana started on a Prusa Mini Plus, and then he got, what was a Mark III, and now he's got a business, and we kind of inadvertently inspired him to go down that path. I know I've pushed a lot of other people to just get into 3D printing in general. They've made their own decisions. Everyone's going to have their own opinions, but I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you, if I made any other decision, I probably would have been frustrated based upon the stories I've heard from everybody else. So it's been so good to me. And this community's been good to me. Very supportive. I mentioned Krusty Practical Printing, Fix'em Dude, one of the mods. We have plenty of other people who hang out in chat who are into 3D printing. Deviously Mango. You know, I'm watching the chat. I'm not catching everybody's name. So Digital Dark Knight follows up and says, looking for something that's easy to use. Prusa Mini Plus. Looking for something to print things like utility items so resolution isn't a factor. Well, depending on size, Prusa Mini Plus. Most of what I need to print, super small. Like, I'm not into printing helmets and stuff. I'm the only one in 3D printing who's not printing a lot of busts and helmets. But yeah, that would be my recommendation. Absolutely. Absolutely my recommendation. Based upon everything I know. You're looking for one? How would I recommend someone get started? That's how I got started. It worked for me. And if it worked for me, trust me, it could work for anybody. Because I am not into messing with hardware. I just want it to work. I want it to be point, click, simple. This is about as point, click, simple as I think it could get today. But tech marches on. Tech continues to improve. And like I said, I'm very much looking forward to the next one.